Hey everybody, Logic Hog is back, playing it slow with Project Hospital. Um, and we have set up our emergency room that's planned for the future to take a huge influx of life-threatened patients. But we're just staffing it up with what we need for the moment. And we know we're going to need a day shift and a night shift. So I hired a janitor for cheap. He's awesome. James Martin. And I need a night shift. Ooh, I have a really cheap janitor that works well at night, but has one reserved thing. She takes twice as much time enjoying food. For $65, yeah, you're fine. You're going to be here in the night, and you're just sweeping the floor. I sympathize. Now, for the day, uh, this area is so freaking expensive. It's such an investment. This is where a hospital starts to fail or succeed. I'm going to take it real slow. We only need one doctor. There's not going to be a huge flood of people initially into the emergency room. However, this doctor needs to be able to handle anything and everything, so they need to have that differential diagnosis skill. And it's keep in mind that the emergency room is still under the emergency clinic, so we still have William Cole as the boss. And for some reason, he's not doing too good. He's only got 2 out of 5 stars. I might want to check up on him later. But, like right here, Nancy Lopez has the comforting trait, which is great because, oh boy, examinations whenever you're bleeding out on a table tend to be discomforting. However, early bird for Elizabeth Green, she works well, but she's got dirty feet, not good. I think I'm gonna re-roll because I don't know. Nancy Lopez, she's really expensive. No, because she's not gonna get any better. She's not gonna get. Yeah, I'm not gonna have to promote her or anything. That's as high as she's gonna get. So, Nancy Lopez, you are a day shift doctor, and I'm gonna re-roll for the next group. What do we got? All right, we've got a good one. Ooh, we got a couple good ones. All right. Practical diagnosis. I'm not looking for you to learn and get experience. You're comforting. That's good. You're cheap. But we've got a night owl. Works much more efficiently during the night. And that's good. This is our night shift guy. So, Jessica Anderson, you're a little more expensive, but you work better during the night. And right now, we're all about efficiency. So, if you work faster diagnosing patients during the night, great. And we have a backup boss if anything happens to William Cole. All right, we have enough doctors. Bare minimum, one doctor. And nothing much happens during the night, usually. I might want to get 2 doctors for the day. The nurses are where it's at. I know I'm going to need nurses. Because the whole thing is someone's going to be feeding people, someone's going to be wheeling someone to radiology or the labs, and nobody's going to be here if there's only one nurse. So someone's going to come in with a broken spine, and have their freaking, like, I don't know, pinky ripped off, and no one's going to be here because they're halfway across the hospital dealing with another patient. No, we need nurses. And preferably, again, I'm going quality over quantity. We need clinical nurse specialists. So, revealing appearance of patient symptoms. People coming into the emergency room have a lot of things wrong with them. And you'll see whenever they start coming in, they have throbbing icons, which indicate that there's a serious life threatening condition that's unidentified. And so we need to get that. All right. So, everybody with a nurse specialist qualification, we've got an early bird. See who's hiding what. Yeah, you're an early bird, you're awesome, but you're an alcoholic. No. Don't want dirty feet. Negative, negative, negative. Reroll. Negative, negative. Oh, we got the pleasant. Nice staff modifier, but they're depressed. Hmm. Hard worker. The The depressed just means that the employee is always unhappy. The pleasant means that the patient has a better experience. I might want to hire her. Yeah, even though she has a negative trait, the pleasant trait is worth it. Great. I want to have 3 nurses during the day, 2 nurses at night, minimum. All with these traits. So we got a night owl. Great. Okay, we've got a night owl and a people person. I'm going to hire him, and then I'm going to put him on the night shift. So I'm going to assign him. And awesome. We have 1 doctor, 1 nurse, and all of the rooms required for hospitalization. So we just passed that goal. And now we are able to accept patients into the emergency room of the emergency department. But, like I said, 1 person ain't going to cut it. We need to fill it out. Ooh, we got another really good candidate here. Nothing negative. Clean feet. Resistance. They're a little expensive. I'm okay with that because we're keeping it lean right now. Let's re-roll. All right. Patricia Foster. Nothing negative about you. I'll take it. And I thought I saw another one. That's fine. Ooh, we got someone who's really cheap. Brooke Martinez. Okay. I'm going to do a little shuffling around because Brooke is an early bird and we only have night shifts open. So I'm going to hire Brooke. You, Patricia, you're fine day or night. So you're going to move to the night shift. And Brooke is going to move in your place because she's an early bird. Great. Now we have a working hospital with hospitalization. All right. So let's get this up and running. We do have some cash left from the loan, and there is one thing we still need to do. As everybody kind of slowly trods through their construction work drywall area. Need an ambulance. Blah. Need an ambulance. Mumbling, because my nose is all stuffy. Where do I get this? Ambulances. Ambulanci. Oh, we gotta unlock these. My bad. We just have to, like, I think 1 person has to, like, have a stroke and be rescued by your unit, and then you unlock the ambulance. Treat 20 patients per day at emergency. Awesome. Great. Increase patients per day to 15. That's more money. More volume that we need to handle, so we're going to have to expand this clinic pretty soon. But we're going to be making money real quick because I took my time to plan out that department without investing too much in it. So right now, we're basically waiting. Yeah, we have to save a patient after 1 collapse. So literally, I mean, I wasn't joking whenever I said it. We're waiting for someone to have a stroke and collapse in our doctor's office here. And then a nurse is going to grab a stretcher and go all the way down here and save their life by wheeling them back to the emergency room into one of these trauma centers. So until that happens, I'm just going to put that on fast speed and just make sure things are running fine. You know, we got to make money. We've got to treat more and more patients. We should be able to unlock this 30 patients per day because we're expecting 35. And we only need to treat 2 more. Yeah, there we go. Bam. Next goal is 35. We may be able to meet that goal also. So we're just cranking out grants today. But another thing I want... Yeah, okay, this was the concern I was just about to bring up. The clinic has closed for patients. There were still 1 patient waiting. Well, shit. I need to make sure there is a clinic open, day or night. At least for emergency at this phase, because hospitalization's not going to happen for general surgery just yet. But I want at least one doctor's office open for a clinic so that even the slow trickle of people that come in after hours, they don't have to leave. The hospital is never technically closed. So I'm going to go ahead and get Michael White here because, again, advanced diagnosis. And he's pretty cheap. So the clinic is now open overnight. I don't need a receptionist for the night. You know what? Yes, I do, because he's the only one there. And I think I'm going to get an x-ray person for the night, and I think I'm going to get one lab person for each lab in the night. They're relatively cheap, and it's worth it. We need to have full diagnosis capability day or night. So, Miss Receptionist, do you have any negatives? This person has kids. Fast learner, don't care. Resistance, yeah, nothing negative about you. You're a little more expensive. Yeah, fine. Like I said, if we're smart, we're making money. I want a janitor at the night. All of them are really expensive. There we go. You're a student, but you take your time eating. Again, for a janitor, not that bad. You're just going to be sweeping the floor. Not a lot of people around at the nighttime. You're not going to have to be cleaning up a whole lot. So now, unfortunately, I did that after the hospital closed. Oh yeah, I want a pharmacy person at night. Again, this is investment. This is red into the delta of our estimate per day. But I believe it will pay off in the long term. There's nothing negative about you. I like it. And everybody else, this person's a night owl, but they're dirty. And you're cheaper. So Mary Harris, you're a night shift pharmacist. Squeaking every couple $100 out of the treatments for everyone. So unfortunately, everybody for the day 3, has already left. Holy crap, we're only on day 3. But look, we got people wheeling into the trauma center. What is wrong with you, Rachel Williams? Scoliosis. She has been diagnosed to observation. Okay. Well, I mean, it is hospitalization. So what's the treatment for scoliosis? Exercise. Oh, you know why they're wheeling her there? They are wheeling her there because we didn't have a doctor available. So they're like, oh, you're going to have to stay overnight. And they gave her a bed. So now she's probably going to go, she's going to take a shit, and then she's going to walk all the way back to the doctor's office to be diagnosed for exercise. In fact, I'm going to diagnose her for exercise because she only really needs NSAIDs. I think those are steroids. No, anti-inflammatory drugs. Well, they may be steroids. I don't know. But yeah. All right, we're going to get you some anti-inflammatory pills and exercise because she doesn't need to be diagnosed with TC hospitalization. She doesn't need to stay overnight. There's no additional treatment that she's going to require. So, okay. I was wondering, I saw someone in a wheelchair and I was like, wait a minute. Like, nobody's died yet. Like, no patient has collapsed. I've been playing this game for long enough time that I actually turned off the notifications. Yeah, see, like, what's your name, Rachel Williams? Yeah, she's just sitting down here waiting for that one doctor to be available. There we go. And the clinic works at night, the same as it does during the day. There's your pills. Get some exercise, go home. Straighten out your back. But things are much slower during the night. You don't get nearly as many patients. However, the emergency center, the ambulances come day or night, which if you have ever lived near a hospital, you know is very true. I have ambulances that come down the road right next to my house all the time, day and night. And I'm not in a big city or anything like that. That's something that I found was very interesting. I took a vacation to Boston, and I noticed that their ambulances don't blare their sirens nonstop. All right, patient numbers and insurance payments back to normal. It's the start of a new day, day 4. But yeah, big city ambulances, they only like chirp their alarm at intersections to make sure people don't, hit them at intersections. Whereas in the suburbs, it's just a sprawling suburb of houses where I live. They don't care. They just go down the entire street, sirens full on in the middle of the night. Ugh. So yeah, the cities may be louder, but at least like fire trucks and ambulances, they just chirp their sirens. All right, so we're making a little bit of money. In the budget, it will tell us how much we're making. Yeah, like just a couple patients, 140. We made a lot of money yesterday. We made $6,000 purely off the clinic yesterday. Oh, we got to catch something. Hold on. We got a problem. Mr. Doodad here. He is waiting for a lab to be open, and there is no lab technician. He's there in the night. He's not hospitalized. So he's basically just sitting there and there's no employees waiting. We need a x-ray technician, we need lab technicians, day and night. That solved that decision. That's not even a decision to make anymore. Clean feet, people person, great. Nothing negative about you, but the other person's cheaper. Elizabeth, you're on the team. Now for the labs. Let's just get again. I want a janitor. Nighttime janitor. I'm okay with people eating a little longer, but yeah, you don't have anything negative to you, and you're only a little more expensive. I think I'm going to go with Nancy here as our nighttime lab janitor. And lab technicians. We want the advanced biochemistry. We're going quality, not quantity. Negative, negative, negative. Couple negatives. Nope, thank you, reroll. It's a nighttime, but that's a negative also. Negative. We got the pleasant trait, but you're an alcoholic. And the thing is that you're the only person on the shift. I can't afford you to show up late. So even though they got the pleasant trait, no, not gonna work. Reroll. Negative. Dirty feet. Negative. Ah, nothing here. You're a little more expensive. Nothing bad about you. You know what? I'm just willing to take out an extra loan. This is an investment. This is a setup for success. Reroll. Ooh, bang. Instant pick. And in fact, we got 2 instant picks, which are great. Pleasant trait. Nothing but the pleasant trait. Dana Thomas, you are now in the microbiology lab. And who's the other guy? Frank Walker, you are our hematology specialist. Okay, now we've got all of our labs and the x-ray room open day and night. That is going to suck a little money off of our budget, but the thing is that we're making $6,000 a day. And with just those 3 employees, yeah, that's about like $900 or whatever. We can afford that. Because then now our hospital is going to be getting more patients. We can handle patients nonstop, and the reputation will rise, which will get us even more patients. And 1 doctor is definitely good enough to handle 3 patients. Again, it's like you either got flu A or flu B. Use the differential diagnosis, man. As he, oh, I guess it's day shift now. They're getting everybody. All right. Yeah, just differential diagnosis. It's either flu A or flu B. Do they even have the same treatment? Antivirals. Antivirals. Yeah, just screw it. Who cares if you're right or wrong? It's just the same pills. Sometimes there are advantages to stepping in like that, where it's like, you know, you can kind of use a little bit of gaming theory to go like, yeah, it's one of the two, differential diagnosis. Don't know much about you. Oh, it's one of the three. You're probably going to get an x-ray. Okay. Let's see. But now, our clinic is our moneymaker. But what we are literally doing is we're waiting for someone to almost die. Which, unfortunately, probably isn't going to happen anytime soon because we have a well-handled, complicated diagnosis. What is wrong with you? You are in general surgery. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, this might be our candidate. I might just let the doctor let her almost die. Because she's got the pulsing symptoms, which means that something is wrong with her that threatens her life. And so she's at risk of collapsing. And we've got 5 pages of possible things based on a physical examination. I'm going to let the doctor try, but I'm going to keep my eye on this patient because I think this is the person where if we don't figure out what she's got, she's going to collapse and she's going to have to go to the emergency room. But we kind of need that because I need to open up this emergency room and buy an ambulance. Because right now the emergency room is just, it's wasting money. I've got 5 nurses and 2 doctors not doing anything in the emergency room. So let's see. Let's speed it up. Are you going to die or not? Yep. Complicated diagnosis. You know what? Let's just do it ourselves. Because if she does collapse, you know, we can at least do the the basic measurements. We have no idea what's wrong, so check her chest, check her mouth. Is she speaking correctly? Which I'm not. Man, my throat. Oh, having a mutant cough. Again, check her throat, thorax. I think that's the throat. I don't know. Well, we identified something. She's anxious. She does have a fever. That's a medium symptom. That does need to be addressed. So, I mean, we know she's going to need antipyretics. And what's she getting? She's getting antithyroids. Oh, we figured out what she's got. Oh, so she's not going to collapse. She could die. Huh. I'm wondering if there's a way to keep her here by like transferring over from general surgery over to. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can transfer her over to emergency and then keep her here for TC hospitalization because she's got something where she will eventually collapse. So number 1, I don't want that to happen. But number 2, when it does happen, when it happens, I want her to be here for that. So I just told her, she's no longer in general surgery. You're going to the emergency department, and you're at least going to stay in a trauma center for them to check you out. We'll see how that goes. But of course, everybody has to take a shit. Which, I mean, for someone in such bad shape, I mean, she's fine on food. She just took a crap. She's very comfortable despite being about to die, and she's very satisfied. She's comfortable, nice environment, short wait, needs reduced. Glad to hear it. Our hospital's doing well. So she's walking herself because she's not hospitalized yet. But basically, this is the equivalent. This is what happens when someone shows up in an ambulance. So now we've got a nurse should be showing up to look at her. But we've got a doctor. Nancy, where you at? Oh wait, what's going on? Oh, okay. Because we already diagnosed her. She's done. Alright, whatever. No skin off my back. I thought you were going to be the unlock for the ambulances, but no, apparently not. A little weird on that one. Not what I thought would happen. But we've got the plan for the emergency room. I do think it might be time to lay down the additional groundwork for the expansion of the general clinic. 3 doctors. It is not going to be enough because we only have one small specialized department. No hospitalization for the surgical department yet. And so all of these patients are going to be coming into the general clinic, except for like 5 or 6 in the general surgery. So we're going to need this expansion for the clinic very quickly. Um, Is it time though? Like, how are we doing? We're still making money. We are still making a comfortable amount of money. So I'm going to pay back my loans just to reduce the daily interest so we can make even more. Ah, there's the tick. Okay, we forgot. The pay shifts happen, or the pay happens at the end of the shift. And we were like, oh yeah, I'm making 6,000. No, you made 1,000. So the wages for the day shift alone are $6,000. Plus the wages for the hospitalization people. That's the people for the clinic. The hospitalization wages are 2,400. But we got another prestige bonus. We treated 35 patients in a day. Patient can't be released from observation. Okay, well, alright. This is another problem where this person is going to be needing to go to general surgery, but it's in the middle of the night. And we don't have anybody in the middle of the night in general surgery. She doesn't need to be hospitalized. She doesn't need to stay overnight, damn it. So, I'm just going to make sure that we have a night doctor. And, oh boy, we need to get some of that loan back. So, we need to have one doctor available for the clinics overnight. And nothing wrong with you. Ooh, we've got someone Pleasant, and they're very expensive, but nothing negative, and they're pleasant, and they're going to be pretty much the only doctor available overnight in general surgery. So, great, you're on the team. All right, who's got a UTI? All right, David Green. You're waiting for hospitalization. And let's see, where are you? Okay, so he is hospitalized. Hospitalized. He's bedridden. And they're wheeling him off. Ah, because he can't be treated here. Oh, crap. All right. Well, see, this is why hospitalization is a huge investment, because that guy needed to be put in a bed for general surgery. So, crap, we just lost a lot of money because we lost a patient because we couldn't get him into surgery. I think it's time we go double down. And we can't afford to wait for a patient to collapse. We need to start getting cash and making sure that our... Ooh, we're losing 30% of patients. That's 30% of income. That's not good. But that's just a daily event. We just, drew the short stick on that one. We're going to have to start planning out our large hospital area and where the people are going to be staying in each department. And so that's something that I'm gonna have to do right now. The problem is that this video is pretty much over. But we got things up and running. I mean, right now the machine is running. The gears are turning. I can just let this run, and it looks like it will at least be making me money. The thing is I'm gonna have to double down. We're gonna have to go into the red and go into debt, which could wreck us if it doesn't pay off. But we need a place, at least temporarily, to open up surgery. Because general surgery needs a place for people with more severe symptoms, because they're going to start coming in now that we have an emergency room. And we can't treat anybody in emergency. The trauma center's there strictly to save people's lives, not for long-term stay. All right, so we're going to plan that out in the next video. For now, Logic Hog is sitting here with a stuffy nose playing Project Hospital, because this is just a really chill game. I'm having a lot of fun. So I will see you in the next video. Out.